Hello, my name is Millie. I own Zwellen Pottery and I have a working pottery studio in my garage. And this video is all about what it is that you will need if you want to create your own pottery studio at home. So I'm going to give you a quick tour of everything and then talk about what it is that I have individually. Obviously, I'm going to have some wheels. Well, not obviously. I guess if you're going to be throwing pottery, you would have some wheels. I have a slab roller. I have a lot of shelving. I think that's really important. And I also have a kiln and a vent for my kiln. Additionally, over here, I have a place to recycle some clay. And as you can see, my garage is still also a garage and houses things like my snowblower. I have 3 pottery wheels. All of them are Shimpo's, which is a Japanese manufacturer of wheels. The one over on the left is the Shimpo Whisper. That one I got when I was working at Portland Pottery. This was like 20 years ago. I did get a discount on that. The one in the middle is a Shimpo RK. You can still buy those nowadays. They're a little bit cheaper than the Whispers. They're a really great wheel, and you can often find them used because they've been making them from quite some time. I bought mine in an ad in the Uncle Henry's, which was basically a publication that was for selling things, kind of like Craigslist before Craigslist was a thing. The one over on the right is also a Shimpo. It's really old though. I don't even actually know what kind of Shimpo it is. I don't think they manufacture those anymore. I use that wheel basically if I'm gonna go give a demonstration. It's really easy to move. I bought that when a pottery studio was going out of business and I got quite a good deal on it. I use the Shimpo Whisper mainly to throw pottery. I personally like having a wheel just for throwing and then a wheel for trimming. And I do most of my trimming on the Shimpo RK over here. This is my kiln. I bought it brand new, probably 6 or 7 years ago. It's a Scut 1027. It can fit quite a bit of pots in it. Definitely, I would not buy a kiln unless you're very serious about your ceramic studio. Prior to having this kiln, I did have an electric kiln that had a cone setter. This one is fully computerized, which is really great because if you wanted to hold at a temperature for a little bit or, ramp down more slowly, say you're doing some, crystalline glazes or, you're doing a luster firing or something like that. This is a great kiln to have. It fits quite a bit of work in it, but that also means that I have to, make quite a bit of pottery before I can fire it. I did install the vent when I had this kiln. Prior to that, I used that window and a fan. That is, something that you can do, but I'm in a garage where I can kind of fully open everything up and I, can close the door so there's no, backdraft into my house. So definitely highly recommend that you have a vent and also that you have a professional electrician do all the wiring. That is really important to do as well. So kilns are very expensive. I would say if, not something that you're going to get until you're very serious about your ceramic studio, but until then, you can find a local ceramic school to fire in. Around me, I'm in the southern Maine area. I could bring my pottery to Portland Pottery or something like that. An electric kiln fires to cone 5 or 6. If you wanted to have high fire pottery, you at your house, you'd have to make a gas kiln, which would actually be pretty difficult to do. Again, but if you go to a local school, you can, or, ceramic studio in your area, they usually have, a gas or electric kilns, although probably a lot of them just have electric kilns because that is obviously much easier than building a gas kiln. In a ceramic studio, you definitely use a lot of tools. You use tools for cutting your clay, for trimming your clay, for, using the wheel and making pottery that way, and also for hand building. and glazing as well. There's a lot of tools that are very helpful for glazing. I just put up this pegboard, which is really cool. I like how you can kind of keep all your tools out in the open, but in a neat and tidy way. So I'm pretty excited about that. I do use also a lot of tools for sgraffito because I do that, which is where you kind of like carve into the clay. So you need quite a few tools for that. As far as where I buy the tools, I tend to buy them on Amazon or, a supply store like Portland Pottery, but then you can also get them online on places like Mud Tools and some others. Obviously, Amazon is online as well. Michael's has like a little bit of tools and other craft stores like that, but generally they're pretty basic. For glazes, I really dislike brushing glazes. So I typically will dip, and that's why I have all these buckets. I get usually Laguna sands, which are cone 5-6 at, the Pottery supply store. And then I put them in these buckets. You can get the buckets at hardware stores, but also, just like whatever products you use that maybe come in a bucket. We were using the Fresh Step and the Scoop Aways kitty litter, and those actually make really decent glaze buckets. The underglazes and glazes can be purchased online. I either buy them from Portland Pottery, which is the local ceramics supply store, or sometimes I buy them on Glaze Queen, which is quite a nice website for buying glazes. So the next thing I'm going to show you is my slab roller. This is actually a handmade slab roller, and it was made with concrete and PVC pipes. My husband actually found a tutorial on YouTube and, just kind of like built it from scratch. I'm gonna try to find that video so that I can link to that here. So if you're interested in making your own slab roller, you can. It works super good. Let me try to show you. But yeah, you just kind of spin this and it will flatten out the clay. So basically, it's really helpful to have a slab roller when you're rolling a slab. And the nice thing about the slab roller is that it keeps everything very consistent with the thickness. And the only thing that you need after, you've built the slab roller is just some canvas so that you can put the clay inside and slip it through. I can show you a little demonstration of that. Okay. So now I'm going to give you a little demonstration on actually using the handmade slab roller. Now just note that a slab roller is a nice to have thing, but it's not a have to have thing. You can easily just kind of like do a slab like this by kind of like slapping the clay down. And then maybe even getting like 2 pieces of wood so that you can kind of roll it out very evenly. The slab roller is just gonna make it a lot easier and a lot quicker. And if you're doing a lot of hand building, it's definitely a nice to have thing. But I'm gonna stick it in between the canvas. I'm gonna make sure it's pretty smooth. I'm gonna put it right up to the edge there. And then I'm just gonna put this nice PVC pipe full of concrete right on top of there and roll it out. Yeah, it's a really cool slab roller. Now, slab rollers generally, if you buy one, is gonna cost you at least $1,000. To build this, which it was built a long time ago, not a long time ago, but probably 5 years ago, only costs about $250. So that's why we ended up building the slab roller instead of buying one. And I like to put it through twice. Stick it back on here. All right. And now I have a nice even slab that I can do some hand building with, or make some buttons or some ornaments or what have you. Definitely if you're a beginner potter, I would highly recommend, going to a pottery studio. I live near Portland, Maine, so we have Portland Pottery. because you really don't want to actually like buy a whole bunch of equipment, because it's quite expensive, without knowing that you actually love it and you really want to do it on a larger scale. Yeah, so I appreciate you watching this whole video about my messy pottery studio. Yeah, it is a little bit messy, but you know, clay is a messy medium, and that's half the fun, right? You can comment all about it in the comments. That would really help this video get out there. You know, I would definitely appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. That would be great. I'm making an evil pottery dinner set that's based on an original story. Maybe go ahead and watch those videos. Most of them are shorts. Anyway, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you later. Thanks, bye.